performer, former professional world champion Hilmer Ketty, Michael Regai with you inside Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. You just saw a good look of our next competitors, 139-pound classification, the light welterweights. David Diaz out of Chicago, Illinois from the USA against Oleg Saitov of Russia. Diaz, another one of the impressive performers in Roosevelt Sanders' squad, another national Golden Gloves champ, but going up against a young man that, as we'll see when they get toe-to-toe, Hilmer and Oleg Saitov, with some size and some reach on David Diaz out of Chicago.
Yeah, Diaz, you can tell he's going to have he's got to have a lot of experience, and he's got to be very good. In those national tournaments, you run into a lot of different styles. None as similar as I'm sure they'd like to have against maybe the Russian competition. But nonetheless, there are a lot of different styles, and you have to be very good and in very good condition to win those national tournaments.
Oleg Saitov is 5'11" tall. David Diaz at but 5'7". Hilmer, when you're facing a size differential like that, what are some of the methods you could take with you into the ring to kind of counteract being outreached and outsized?
I think the main thing that a shorter fighter has to do when you're fighting against someone that's taller than you, you have to use that jab to get on the inside. You cannot just walk to your man. You have to use the jab to get on the inside. Bob and Reed also use a lot of head movement.
Hilmer Ketty certainly knew how to use the jab. We'll see if David Diaz follows suit here, fighting a young man, Oleg Saitov, who stands 4 inches taller than he.
David Diaz, I can see at the beginning of this round, he's a southpaw. He's coming out, he's a southpaw. And I'm not sure if that's going to cause some problems for his Russian counterpart or not.
Diaz, as we said, part of the United States Olympic Festival and also in the National Golden Gloves in this 1993 boxing campaign. Left hand that rocked Saitov early on in the first round.
Big blows by David Diaz.
Oleg Saitov, like so many of his Russian teammates, a Russian national champion, features a straight right hand, a good combination puncher. Diaz trying to work inside here in the first round and explore some openings. Slipping that wild left hand did Diaz by Saitov.
Good uppercut there by Saitov.
Diaz on the attack, trying to get inside, find some openings against a taller opponent. Can you work the body, Hilmer, if you get in tight, even though you certainly are outsized?
Yeah, I think that's one thing that Diaz is going to have to do. He's going to have to get on the inside and work that body.
We're in round one. This is 3 rounds, as are all on our card here tonight out of Joe Louis Arena.
I'll tell you, surprisingly, Saitov, he's working the body more than Diaz so far in this fight. Diaz is pretty much working the right hook to the head. He's trying to land that big hook.
David Diaz now gets Saitov backpedaling and running away from it. Walked into a straight left hand.
Yes, he did. Diaz caught him with a left hook as Saitov was walking in.
David Diaz coming out full of emotion, trying to take the attack to Oleg Saitov here in the opening round of this contest at 139 pounds, the light welterweights.
He's certainly been more aggressive in this round. I think Saitov is, though, picking his punches. He looks to be the more experienced of the two, and he's sitting back and he's picking his punches, taking a half step back, countering, doing a lot of the more experienced things.
Leading with the right hand is Saitov, and then following up with that left cross. We'll be back to Joe Louis Arena in Detroit for round 2 of the 139-pound competition in a moment. Let's take a look at